What's up, guys? Quadrant here, going to be bringing you an in-depth analysis on Arteezy's Naga Siren. So let's go ahead and hop into the game. We're going to be taking a look at this pub game. This is should be an interesting game. This is a game I pulled off of Dota Flame. I have not seen it yet. I have no clue who wins, who loses. So we're just going to be taking an in-depth look at how Arteezy plays Naga Siren. This is going to be, looks like it's going to be a Naga Siren mid. And so, a farming, not a support Naga Siren. Let's take a look at his set really quick. It looks like a pretty sweet set. Dress of the Slytherin Nobility. Golden Riptide. Tail fins of the Slytherin Nobility. I like it. That's a really cool set. Alright, anyway, so we're going to be looking at how he skills the Naga, especially considering he's probably going to be going more of a semi-carry / carry role. So he's going to be leveling it very differently. Now he's clicking on the Invoker, seeing what the Invoker has on him. You'll see he's doing like really quick checks. He sees that he only has one salve, so but the simple fact is Invoker with Quas has lots of regen, so I don't think he'll be able to harass him out of the lane, you know, with the Riptide. So just going over Naga's abilities, Mirror Image creates several illusions, 3 images of Naga Siren, and they, as you level it up, they do more damage and they take less damage. So that's going to level up especially well late game, or as you look to do a lot more farming. Notice how he's using Riptide here to get last hits in the creep wave, much like a Storm Spirit would spam the remnants to just get those last hits. So you want to time this as best you can. So 130 magical damage, so that's pretty good amount of damage. Really great for last hitting, especially since it's only 80 mana. You can do this several times before you need to before you get your bottle or anything, and he already has enough for a bottle. Just looking at his item, you know, he's picked up a set of tangos and 2 ironwood branches, and the idea here is, you know, just getting that bottle out as fast as possible. I think he hasn't picked up the bottle, he hasn't ordered it at all. Oh, it's because his teammates, this is a pro pub match, his teammates did not buy a courier. No, did they buy a courier? Let me just check to see. I do not see a courier over here. It says no courier. Sometimes it's glitched out, though. I don't see a courier on the map running around at all. You can see the courier on the map here. So I think the reason he's not getting the bottle here is just he doesn't have a courier to get a bottle sent out to him. So level 1 Riptide, level 2 into Mirror Image, and level 3 now into another level into Riptide. Probably going to be maxing this Riptide, I think, for the farm. You know, as support, you're probably going to be picking up Ensnare level 1. With a Naga, just because, you know, you want that stun, that Ensnare lockdown for picking up those early kills and on these early ganks. Now right there, he right-clicked the Invoker within range of the creeps there to aggro the creeps away from the tower, allowing him to get the last hit. He has a courier now. I don't know if I just missed the courier on the map or what, but there he's got the bottle now, and he's got boots as well as the bottle. Maybe Maybe, I bet you it was Nature's Prophet went back and bought the courier, probably TP'd back to base. Or someone bought it and the Nature's Prophet activated it. And he's already having the courier come back for the bottle here. And now keep in mind, the bottle crowing was nerfed a few months ago, so you basically can't get flying. This, of course, limits the amount of regen that the Naga might be able to pick up potentially. So you gotta spam your Riptide carefully, because you will run out of mana if you use it every time it's off cooldown. It's only got a 10-second cooldown. And Riptide reduces armor as well as deals magical damage. And so he always wants to try to hit the Invoker with it, if at all possible. So right there you see him walking up to the high ground, spamming out the Riptide, and then coming back down again. So it's just good positioning, smart play overall, and good amount of last hits. Let's take a look at the last hits. And in fact, he is leading the board right now, and it looks like he's just going to kind of come down here, tank for the illusions a little bit, and then let the illusions maybe finish these off. And notice he's doing this camp in the middle of the creep waves here, and keep in mind none of these creeps have died yet, amazingly enough. And he's probably, yeah, look at that, he uses Riptide. That's so smart, using Riptide to farm the last hits in the middle of the creep wave here, while he's farming the jungle. Like, so he's keeping an eye on the HP of the creeps, and he waited to send it in, you'll notice, so that way the Invoker doesn't kill the illusion immediately. That's all, like, super important. And so we are going to be watching primarily from his perspective this game. Again, riptiding the Invoker, doing a good amount of damage. And look at this, he actually goes back for 2 more levels in Mirror Image rather than maxing Riptide. I think that's really interesting. He's probably going to be maxing Mirror Image next. Probably, obviously, I think he's going to get his ultimate at level 6. We'll see if he gets his ultimate at level 6 here in a moment. I think he only needs 1 or 2 more creeps to die here, and he'll have his ultimate. So if he wants to level it, but if he's going to be farming, he might skip that and just go for more levels in Riptide. We'll find out. Now he did get the ultimate, Song of the Siren. So he doesn't skip that, which I think is interesting. It might be too all-in-ish, I guess, to skip that song, because the song is just so good that if you skip it, you know, there's times where you would probably die. And now he uses the Invis rune and uses 1 bottle charge before the Invis rune fully activates, which is something that you can do. And the Invoker actually cancels 1 of the bottle charges there, which is kind of unfortunate. Not that big a deal, but again, using that Riptide to get 2 last hits and harass the Invoker. And the great thing about using Riptide to get the last hits is that it's just you don't get the creeps denied. There's no option of really denying the creeps for the Invoker, because the Invoker doesn't hit for 160 damage, right? So he just, you know, if you can time it right, you should be able to assure yourself a higher percentage of last hits than you normally would be able to. And Invoker doing some Cold Snap Harass. And this is the power of the bottle, right? You can take this Cold Snap Harass and you're going to be okay still. It looks like he's got the Flying Courier. He had the Flying Courier for a couple minutes now, I think. But notice how he kept the Courier around, waiting to see, first of all, if he was going to get the rune. And when he did get the rune, he goes ahead and sends the Courier home, because he doesn't need the Courier immediately. So allowing his, allowing his team to utilize the Courier there. He saw, if you noticed, he was actually microing the illusions back, the weak illusion back there. That's insane. Think about that. He's microing last hits while he's microing the stuff in the jungle. This is really good play. And notice how he maxes Mirror Image, and this is just to farm in the jungle as much as possible. I think that's the purpose. Obviously, Riptide would also help in the jungle, but the simple fact is Riptide's not going to work against Mud Golems, and so you'll have more reliable farm with Mirror Image. Plus, Mirror Image, I think, will allow you, as long as the images stay around longer, they will do more for you than being able to spam Riptide. Because right now he can only spam Riptide 1 more time before running out. And now he's going to send 1 illusion back to the middle of the river here. And he's going to spam Riptide Rip right there to get another last hit. This is insane. This is so farm efficient. It's kind of insane. Now he's actually using the illusion to last hit, which is surprisingly difficult because the illusions only do 45%. Sorry, frog in my throat. Only 45% of what the hero does. So during the non-howl time, he hits for what, 82. So he's last hitting with like 40 damage, which is not easy. Sending the illusions into the jungle again. He's doing a really good job controlling these runes. And that's one of the nice things too about using Riptide to farm, is that your creep wave is always going to be pushing, allowing you to get that rune control. Now, he did use up the bottle charges using the Riptide and using Mirror Image and such, and so he did have the Courier come up. Preemptively had the Courier coming up to get the Bottle Crow going ahead of time. And look at that, he's picking up a Quelling Blade now. This is just going to help him farm faster. Like, this is going to be a very farm-oriented Naga. Like, you're probably going to be hard-pressed to farm faster than this Naga is farming right now. This is really, really good farm. The only way I think he might have more farm is if he was able to get a couple kills. But just looking at the scoreboard right now, his team is actually throwing really hard. Pugna is dead. Lycan's dead. Nature's Prophet just died. They're just dying to Weaver. Weaver just got a triple kill. Weaver's going to be huge. Now, the nice thing about Naga versus Weaver is that the Weaver really doesn't have good multi-target. So once Naga gets some tankier items, Like obviously Radiance is good, but once you get like something like a heart, holy crap! Good luck, Weaver. You're gonna have a hard time killing the Naga illusions. Like the Naga illusions themselves are just gonna be so tanky and deal so much damage with the Radiance burn. And look at this! Look at this! The Invoker didn't even think that was the real Naga. That is insane. He just was able to walk up, and now if he had levels in Ensnare, that would be a dead Invoker. But he's going with the full farming build. He's not even getting a single level in Snare. I feel like one level in Ensnare would be worth it because you might be able to pick up those extra an extra kill here or there. And he did not have a rune, so he was just kind of going around hoping for a rune being top, and it was actually bottom, a regen rune for Invoker. Pretty nice rune for him, especially since he was just ganked and had his HP drop really low. Notice there he dropped the Ring of Aquila while he was bottling. This is going to allow him to get a little bit more out of that bottle.
Yo, green dudes, something bad is happening.
Again, using the Riptide, that's going to reduce the armor, allowing his illusions to do more damage to the creeps, and help him just go through those jungle creeps a little bit faster as well. And he's only 10 minutes in, and he's almost got a Sacred Relic. Almost. Another 800 gold. That's not much. And looks like Lycan's pushing top lane right now, so maybe they'll get another tower, or they'll get a, yeah, they have another tower kill. They have one. They've managed to pick up the bottom tower. But just going around checking out the items, looks like Weaver is going to be going for Lincolns. I think this is probably a good Lincoln's game for Weaver because the Nyx stun and mana burn, and I don't think his ultimate triggers Lincoln's. I think that's just considered a right click attack. But and then, well, the problem is the Pugna is just going to pop the Lincolns though every single time. So look at this. He's got his illusions in the enemy jungle, and I think he started going into the enemy jungle primarily because his side has tons of farming people farming the jungle already, like this Nature's Prophet. So he was running into he was farming the same jungle camps as the Nature's Prophet. So and now look, he's only going to lose 2 creeps here. Which is pretty good considering he just farmed this camp, this camp. He farmed 4 jungle camps for 2 lane creeps being lost. And just going to the Naga Siren here. Now he does have gold for Sacred Relic once he gets over there. By the time he would get there, he would have it. And then he already has it now. This is insane. Just really, really efficient farming. And look at, he's bottled crowed at least 10 times. In this very, very short period of time. And I just got a text. Alright. So, no, we're good to go. Oh, we're on free camera. Let's go back to player perspective. He needs to get this, he needs to get this Sacred Relic. And nice, wow, really nice dodge, actually. Going to the high ground. And that did 2 things for him. He dodged the tornado because the Invoker was expecting him to go down to the low ground to retreat. Dodged the tornado, dodged the EMP as well. And pops the illusion rune there. And notice how he sent one of the illusions to the side so it didn't get hit by the this creep does a spell. That's not the right creep, but this one does a little 125 damage nuke, and managed to have one of the illusions dodged it. I'm surprised he hasn't popped a mirror image yet. Maybe he's going to pop mirror image when he's going to send the illusions into the enemy jungle again. That's my guess. So he's probably going to come up here and then send the illusions, pop the mirror image here in a second, and send the illusions into their jungle again. Wow, and okay, so he does have the Sacred Relic. He did have the courier go get it, I think. Just another Bottle Crow. This guy's bottle crowing like crazy. Every 45 seconds, he's got another bottle crow coming in. And that does, like, bottle crowing itself is not that hard, but when you're focusing on last hitting, when you're focusing on not dying, when you're focusing on microing your illusions to do jungle creep camps, while at the same time bottle crowing efficiently, it's really, really hard, and he's doing a really fantastic job right now. He's only, what, 200 gold? No, he's 350 gold away from finishing up his Radiance. And at that point, you're talking about farming like the whole jungle with one mirror image set. This is an impressive amount of damage he's doing. Look, I just wanted to watch these illusions. He just riptides again, and wow, he's almost able to clear 2 camps with just 1 mirror image and 2 riptides. He uses 2 riptides there. But and one's a medium camp, one's a large camp. That's a lot of extra gold, and he does have the radiance done now, and this is going to make him skyrocket his gold per minute even more. 129 last hits right now. That's insane. All right, so we're going to go player perspective again. And look at this. So he waited to pop his mirror images until the radiance was fully completed. So now he's going to be just farming up these camps. It's pretty unfortunate these are mud golems. It's going to not do that great. Obviously the mud golems aren't affected by the radiance, so it's not going to be farmed especially easy. But this is a really fast radiance. So he got this radiance, what, at like 14.5 minutes? That's a really fast radiance. If you get the radiance before 15 minutes as Lone Druid or Naga Siren, if you're whatever radiance hero, that's really insane, and it's really, really good. So this is the first time he's gone back to base. He's finally going back to base. He's just using his illusion there to do burn damage. And wow, he's forcing the Weaver back with just his illusion. Holy crap. That radiance, that early radiance just rips through enemy creeps. It's pretty insane. Creeps, heroes, anything really. Almost gets 2 creeps there, almost 3 actually. And he's just all over the map now. He's doing bottom lane, he was mid, now he's farming top. And notice how he's aggroing the creeps so that they are not attacking the... So only one of the creeps is being attacked by the creep wave, which allows him to last hit those other ones and push them down with a 100% guaranteed that he's going to get the last hit. So if you'll see again here, he's leading the creeps kind of... Oh, he messed up a little bit, but riptiding to get the last hits to ensure. And oh wow, he already had the illusions in the small camp, the large camp, and Riptide just doing bonus damage to all of those as well. I didn't even see him microing these illusions. I think he had those illusions. He was just microing those illusions on the. I think he was just microing those illusions using the minimap, I believe. Here's where Ensnare would be really nice. They want to pick up the snakes really, really badly. Mirror images and zoink. And his illusions are already dead, which is really unfortunate. The illusions are really not that tanky at this point. And I think he messed up his, he did mess up his which tree he was supposed to eat. So now he's hiding in there. And this is really risky. Notice he turns off the radiance. Isn't that interesting? Turns off the radiance to prevent the invoker from knowing what direction the burn damage might be coming from to lead him to where she actually is. So really, really smart play there. Like turning off the... I guarantee you 95% of other players would not have thought to turn the radiance off and would have died because of it. Or at least would have failed to TP out. I'm pretty sure it would have led to his death for sure. It looks like, what, the Nature's Prophet went in for a little bit of action here? Yeah, the Nature's Prophet being pretty silly. And I'm not sure what they used to break those trees. I'm not sure. But the trees are broken, and maybe the Nature's Prophet himself broke them. It looks like the size that Nature's Prophet would break down trees. So, just going back to player perspective again. Again, using his illusions to farm up the small camp, the big camp, and the enemy mid lane as well. Wow. I mean, this is pretty insane. Wow, this Pugna, so squishy. Holy crap. Pugna's gonna die so quickly. Alright, so now look at Naga Siren picking up the Boots of Travel right away. Is that what the courier delivered? I thought the courier delivered a TP scroll, but he might have been delivering the Boots of Travel. And so the idea here, right? This is the ultimate farming Naga Siren. Just Boots of Traveling everywhere, farming both jungles, the top, bottom lanes, just rotating around. And obviously, having a Naga, the Song of the Siren on the Naga Siren prevents Naga from dying almost always. Not always, but really, really often. It's really hard to pick up the the Naga because of that, and so you're risking a lot if you're trying to commit to Naga, especially one with a Naga with a Radiance. So you want to be careful. And where did did Naga TP out? Yeah, she went back home. She's just using her illusions. Look at the one illusion going up all the way up to the enemy tower. Probably a little too aggressive, because he did take a couple tower hits, causing the illusion to die before the creeps were killed by the Radiance burn. But notice how he's also pulling the creep wave right from behind the tower, which I think is really smart because it'll basically force the lane to push hardcore with like a full wave, which will probably mean that there will be tower damage done. Unless like if there's a catapult in that wave anyway, for sure there'll be tower damage done, at least a little bit. So just pushing the lanes and it'll just doing some nice aggro damage to the towers. And okay, so it looks like he's going to be going for Manta. You can see he's got a recipe with Manta and an ultimate orb. And the Lycan just going really aggressive here. And oh boy. Oh boy. And wow, that Weaver just dies so fast. Oh, he did get one level in snare finally. Level 13 in snare. Oh my goodness. I would say normally you'd want to get a level in snare by level 3. Just one level in it. But obviously this is like the ultimate farming Naga Siren. So, so yeah. We won't get MMR from this. That's hilarious. So, well, what's funny is that, so basically right here you see, I think this is when the Radiance was picked up. Right at this range. The Radiance farm just makes, it's insane. Naga Siren with the Radiance is just insane. We're going to go to, let's go gold per minute. So he's at 630 gold per minute. This is without any late game tier 3 towers with the, you get a lot of gold boost from killing the racks and everything at the very end of the game. So, and also from killing the enemy heroes if he ends up killing many heroes. But this is like a superb example of how to farm a Naga with Radiance and just move around the map, getting as much farm from the map as possible. And he's going to have a Manta done here. He's got a Manta done if he wants to have it done. And again, TPing to the top lane, killing off that creep wave, using the illusions to kill 4 creep camps. Holy crap! He killed this one, this one, this one. So the 3 here and the 1 medium camp there. And then as well as the large camp and killing the top creep wave as well. So just as he goes through this, like he's just going to go higher and higher GPM at this rate. I don't think he's going to slow down at all. And now he's using the illusions to farm up the top creep wave while he goes into the jungle and farms that up himself. He'll probably TP back to base, I would imagine, soon because he's low on HP and low on mana. He's got a Boots of Travel off cooldown here in a moment. And notice he's got one. He's microing all these illusions using his. If you'll notice, he's using his mini map to micro them, and it's using his mini map to micro them, and then a really good understanding of the fundamentals of when to move and where to move. So he knows to move up to this point because the creep wave is about to spawn at like the 30-second and 1 minute marks. They spawn every 30 seconds. And forcing the Weaver back here. And let's see here. What does the Weaver have? Does the Weaver have any farm? Wow, the Weaver skipped the Lincolns and just said, screw it, I'm going Deso, I need damage. And I don't know how I feel about that. I guess, honestly, probably BKB. BKB would probably be much more useful here than a Lincoln's in this game. I would say Lincoln's would be more useful against a support Naga than a carry Naga. But yeah, BKB would prevent the Radiance burn damage. And so going BKB Deso would probably be a bit better build, I think, for the Weaver this particular game. Alright, so Manta is done, so this allows him to just farm in more places with more illusions, taking out more creep camps. And so normally, I would say the vast majority of players are not going to really benefit that much from having a Manta style, just for the farm's sake. Just because they can't micro that much stuff, So, but this is definitely different. Now, look at this. He spawns mirror images on top lane. So he's going to pushing top lane. TP's to the bottom lane. And the Lifestealer has to just back up from top lane because of the Radiance burn damage from mirror images. That's hilarious. And now he's pushing this. Riptiding up. and doing some really solid damage up there, up top. And now he's got the bottle charge, and he hit a regen rune there too. He picked up a little bit ago, and he sold. What did he sell? I think he just sold his a magic wand. I'm not sure what he just sold. He sold his whatever item was in this slot. But basically picking up the Eagle Song, so he's going to be going Butterfly next. Now this is going to make his illusions much tankier because they'll get evasion coming up when he gets the Talisman of Evasion. And obviously it gives him some nice damage, and plus it allows the illusions to do more damage because the agility stats are really good. The Howl giving bonus damage right now, and this Naga hits pretty hard for only 25 minutes in. Obviously, just watching this gold per minute skyrocket up, 726 gold per minute. Like, it's just every minute this goes on, he's just farming more creep waves, more camps, all at the same time. And you know, the Manta style gives him another potential for continuing the farm. And now they're going to be trying to get some buildings here and getting these creeps and the wolves. Now he's TPing to the bottom lane now that he's pushed this top lane in. Popping the Manta style. Now the Manta illusions are going to go farm bottom lane because it might not be the safest thing to go into that into this lane at this point in time. And look at this, the Lifestealer has to back up just from the illusions. And then the Nature's Prophet TP's in and right clicks the Nags 3 times as well. That's awesome. Manta or mirror image again, and where is he going to be sending these mirror images? Oh, he's sending them. He's sending one to the medium camp and one to the large camp, and at this point he can probably just use one illusion to farm each camp. He doesn't need more than one because the illusions do quite a bit of right click. Plus the Radiance Burn is just insane. And the Naga illusion taking a lot of damage there. They wanted to shut that down as soon as possible, which is pretty important because right now these Naga illusions are just going to be pushing this really hardcore and farming up those Weaver bugs. Pretty nice. And he almost has enough for the Butterfly done. Now he does. He's got a Butterfly. So 26 minutes in, Boots of Travel, Manta, Butterfly, Radiance. I think the only thing he needs now at this point, if this was a hardcore game, would be to get a heart. I think the heart would be the next biggest thing. Lich, actually a pretty good... I don't know how great of a counter it is. Because when there's this many illusions... Holy crap, he's like soloing 3 of them! Oh, he's not going to make it out of this alive. Nope. No, he's not going to make it out of there alive. The Invoker bot back and cold snapped him. He wasn't able to pop the Song of... Oh, no, he popped the Song of the Siren to initiate that fight. So he's hitting the 800 gold mark here in a moment. When these mid towers go down, they're just giving them a hard time now. The Invoker getting pummeled by the Nyx assassin there. He's stunned. Nature's Prophet coming in for the right clicks. Nature's Prophet with that Deso Orchid. Nature's Prophet barely getting out in time and going back to Naga's view here. Did Naga buy back? Yeah, Arteezy bot back here, just for the funsies. Because this is the funsy part right here, where you just got your illusions and the enemy team has to just run away from your illusions, which you can make 7 of. Pretty insane. 9 illusions if he has a illusion rune. Pretty insane. I like how they're always talking about how much MMR they're gonna get for this. So this must be ranked gameplay, and this might be party MMR? I don't know. He might be playing with some of his buddies. He was recently acquired by EG, and so this might be some of his EG teammates in this game, and which would be pretty funny considering how bad they threw in the early game. That was like 0-5, giving Weaver a triple kill. But this Arteezy Naga is such a beast. I wouldn't want to face this Arteezy Naga. That's all I can say. And like, there's such a high skill cap with this Naga. I have to say, I'm really impressed with it overall. The Lich ult doing some work, just bouncing around, and Naga Siren picking up the triple kill there. And wow, that was like a what I'm trying to say, a demo, a perfect demo for how to play farming Naga in the mid lane. Like, this is This is not ganking Naga. This is not, support Naga. This is, I'm going to outfarm literally just about anybody except maybe like a perfectly done anti-mage with Battle Fury kind of Naga. So, a really, really cool game coming out from Arteezy. So, big shout out to him. And, so yeah, please, if you enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe, follow me on Facebook, like me on Twitch, or follow me on Twitch as well, like me on Facebook. I do have links to all of those things in the description below, so big shout out to you guys. Thanks for watching. Quadron, signing off.